Hello and welcome to iamGEEK. This is episode 303. I'm your host, Ryan, joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin, and we are finally back.
Hi.
It's been a couple weeks.
Yes.
We're back. I was out of town, then I was sick.
Yay.
So again, iamGEEK is off to a rough start. I don't know what to tell you. This is how it goes around here during this time of the year.
But hey, 303, that's the same going forward than backwards.
What? It's like a race. It's like race car. What do they call it? Palindrome.
Palindrome.
It's like a race car.
They can go forwards and backwards.
No. If you spell race car one way, it spells so is mom and wow and
wow.
Wow. Welcome back, fellas.
Hey yo.
I'm still getting over this crud, the con crud, I guess is they call it. I guess when you go to conventions, you get some crud.
Yes. Lots of people, lots of germs, lots of sickness.
Yes.
Lots of no bathing.
Ooh.
No, it's good.
Did they all wear deodorant?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the cream of the crop. This was
That is true.
Galactic Starcruiser. Yeah.
We'll
get to that.
These people spend a lot of money to go on the Galactic Scar.
Yeah, they're cream of the crop
that.
people. Love them all. And we're going to talk all about that here
At least
in a little
once
bit.
a week.
But I thought we would talk about, since it is the iamGEEK season, and we actually have a show that we're all watching, not together, because we're in separate places.
We should do the watch together.
Yeah, we should do a watch along.
I mean, we could just watch it on our own televisions, right? And sit there and push play, everybody.
But Disney Plus has that thing.
Cams on.
Do they still have that? I don't know.
I think they still have it.
But what's the
Sure,
point?
you got to pay extra for it, I think.
Oh, really? Oh, well.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I'm kidding.
Anyways, so we're all three watching Agatha All Along, which is sort of Halloween-y, because it's a bunch of witches.
Season.
Bunch of witches, and
Witch.
we're on episode
6 just played.
6 just played.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we got some catching up to do.
Three more episodes left.
And it ends on Halloween or that week?
On the 30th. So on the 30th, there are 2 episodes.
Which is funny or ironic that it ends on the 30th. Because in lore, the 30th of October is when witches are born.
Oh, like our mother.
Yes. Our mother's birthday is on the 30th.
Oh, I thought you meant she's a witch.
Well, I mean,
she was born on the 30th, so I guess
must be a witch.
You gotta be a witch. I mean,
wow. I'm sure they did that on purpose.
I don't know.
Maybe that's when Agatha becomes a witch again, or gets her.
She's already a witch, right?
Yeah, she's already a witch. She's lost her powers. And
she
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. Yeah, baby.
So last time we talked, we had watched the first two or 3 episodes.
3. I'd watched 2.
Well, we had watched 3.
Yes, we had watched 3. Adrian had watched 2, and he thought he had watched all of them.
Yes, all along. Thought I'd watched them.
Yeah. So, what have you guys been thinking about it so far?
Very scary.
What's been scary about it?
Oh, well, it's witches, man.
It's witches.
Scary.
I think it's been good. I've enjoyed the trials that they've done. I equate them to escape rooms.
Oh,
yes, they have been
because they've got to figure out. They've got this puzzle. Like they're looking for a riddle or something in the room to tell them what they need to do in order to get out of the room, essentially, right? And then they end up going through some sort of weird tunnel, like an oven or a piano, and out of there. What was that?
Like Meow Wolf.
Meow Wolf, yeah.
It did make me wonder, because I thought the same thing actually. And I wondered, when are they going to do like a pop-up Agatha thing somewhere for an escape room?
Yeah, they should.
That would be cool.
Be fun.
Yeah,
they should.
So I've enjoyed that part of it because I like escape rooms. We all like escape rooms.
Yes. Yeah, it's been. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. Catherine Hahn is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
She's a great actress, and she's just really just soaking in like everything. She's just letting it all play out, and it's really fun. The other actresses are fun. The teen goes up and down for me. Sometimes I like him. Sometimes he gets a little too fangirl, almost. Like it's where he's just like, I don't know, just goes a little too just out there. But a lot of the times he's fine. And in this, and it seems like he's going to get more serious now.
Yeah.
When he's more serious, I like his character more. When he's
which we found out who he is.
Yeah, and in the last episode, he seems very different to me. Like I feel like he is very serious, and you see a different side of him. Like I was like, is this the same guy we've been watching the whole time? Like, it was very different. Which I know
there was. Yeah, there were times where he got a little kind of silly, but I like when he's more serious. Like, I think his character plays better.
More better.
So we find out in this last episode who he actually is. Well, we find out it's weird. I thought that last episode was weird. We could get to that, but I've liked the escape room part. I've liked the when the evil witches show up. The
717.
Oh yeah, they're creepy. Oh yeah, they're creepy.
Super creepy.
They're cool. I liked when Parks and Rec girl
Audrey Plaza,
when she shows up, but she just mysteriously disappeared, right?
Yeah, she kind of vanished towards the end of not this last episode, but the episode before, where they are leaving, unfortunately. So spoilers, I guess.
Oh
yeah, probably say that spoiler. Alice, the witch, the musical witch. His mom.
Yes.
Wrote the song. She unfortunately passed away. And that just
her life force sucked away.
yeah. Trying to help Agatha, but Agatha said she couldn't control it and then sucked all her life out of her. But yeah, that kind of set him off. Like that 70s show mom, when she died, he's like, eh.
Oh, she was my favorite.
It seemed like for him it was just whatever. He didn't go crazy then.
Yeah.
But when Alice died, he went a little nuts.
Yeah. Well, she was kind of integral to the whole story, right? Her family at least.
And they sort of got close there, didn't they? Weren't they the ones that traded the brooms?
Maybe.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
So they sort of got close.
So they kind of got close a little bit, yeah. But yeah, he showed his true colors, which was blue.
With his crown. All right, so question for you. All right, this is Wanda Maximov's son,
Billy.
In the comics, he is Wiccan. They call him a witch in the show. Is he a witch in the comics? Because I always thought, this is just me, the 46-year-old. I thought witches were girls, and like then the
boys were
warlocks. Yeah.
That's typical. It's typically said. Wiccan is not. I don't think that's necessarily like male or female. Wiccan is basically like just a good witch.
Okay.
It's just someone who like is in touch with like nature and the and the powers of nature and everything. I don't think there's a male term necessarily for that kind of.
Okay. I didn't know if he was a warlock or in the comics or what he was.
I think warlock, the name's already taken, so I think.
I meant like in like Agatha's a witch. Like
I don't.
Wanda's a witch.
I guess in this think because well, I mean, technically, if you think about Marvel, really, they don't really necessarily warlocks; they say sorcerers.
Yeah,
but that sorcerers are typically male or female too. So
so I should look it up.
So I mean, which I believe for the most part does indicate a female.
That's what I thought. I mean, I wasn't trying to be weird or anything.
In history. But I mean, it's a show about witches, so they're just going to call him a witch, which will probably lead to him calling himself Wiccan, because he'll probably be like, "I'm not a witch. I'm good. I'm a Wiccan," and that's how he'll get his name.
Yeah,
that's how he gets his name.
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, here we go. AI overview. No, witches are not just female, as men were also accused of witchcraft. The women
well, there
were
you go. That's
likely
true. Salem, yeah, they were
to be
accused of witchcraft.
I just thought they were called something different.
I mean, I guess, like, I mean, growing up, whenever you see like the kind of icons and stuff, like Halloween, like witches are always depicted as women. So that's just kind of probably what we most know.
Then this question says, "Are witches unisex?"
Unisex?
Oh, but in the English, it's almost exclusively applied to
unisex. Like the fund.
Yeah, they might be a part of it. I don't know. They can do what they want. They can.
There's all kinds of. It's funny when you put a question into Google and it lists all the other questions that people have asked. Like, are witches just female wizards? There we go. Anyways, all right.
There you go.
So I've enjoyed the show. There's been some parts where I'm just like, whatever. But overall, it's been. I'll be interested to see where they take it. I did like that they brought back our favorite person in this last episode. Good old Ralph Boner came back.
Yes. Bonerific.
And he is not doing well.
No, not.
But he does have a stage show.
Yeah, I want to see
his one-man show.
I want to see his one-man show. That should be like in Hawkeye when they did the Steve Rogers the musical. At the end of this show, after the credits, it should be Ralph Boner's one-man show.
Missed opportunity.
That'd be amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. But I've liked it so far. This last episode, to me, like and I feel like we've talked about this before. They always have to have this episode on a Marvel show. It was the boat episode.
Yeah, I thought that the whole time.
We talked about it earlier before you got on, and Chris and I were like, "Yes, I know."
It was the boat episode.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, "This is the boat episode, isn't it?"
For those that don't know, when Falcon and the Winter Soldier aired, we were enjoying it. It was fun. And then they got to this one episode where suddenly everything came to a screeching halt, and they worked on a boat. And it was just them basically kind of like recapping things that we kind of already knew, and just really drawing it out.
Yeah.
And that was this episode.
I think
we didn't know everything.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it felt like this episode could have been done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
10 minutes. They could have showed this thing in 10 minutes and then went back to what everybody actually wants to watch.
Right.
Not to
Especially
try to be
after a big reveal like that. It's just like you're like seeing, it's like, oh, it's just going to go crazy now. And then it's like, oh, nope, we're going to jump back in time and spend the whole time here.
And I think if it was a show where it's either all released at once or you'd wait and watch it when all the episodes come out, it wouldn't bother you that bad. But when you wait a whole week and then it's basically like a boat episode, you're like, you mean I have to wait another week to actually get something that I want some knowledge that I want to know? Because they could have done that. They could have done the whole car wreck and all that stuff really, a lot faster.
Yes.
It's funny though, because I've been watching The Penguin, and they did what you would probably call a boat episode, this last episode, but they made it so engaging, and the characters were so just fun to watch.
Yeah.
And it really did it did really further the story along.
Yeah.
But also reveal things that you had just been kind of like hinted at before, and it worked.
Oh.
Where this one, it just didn't work. It just was really drawn out. Not a lot happening.
There's a whole lot of sitting. If you go back and watch it, there's a whole lot of sitting between like two characters or something. There's like the sitting in the bar mitzvah thing between the other witch and him. There's the sitting of the parents. They're just sitting in their house, and like he comes in. Yeah, they're sitting in the hospital, and then the sitting in the house when he comes in, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I made that good pot roast. Hey, you want to sit down and watch a movie with us? Hey, how you doing? I gotta go to my room and do homework." It was just like, and in the car, and just like, even the whole accident scene, it was like very drawn out, and it was just like, let's just sit here and stare at him for a little bit as he's dead.
Yeah, and then they pulled the acolyte, where they showed the interaction between him and Agatha.
Yeah.
Which they'd already done, just from a different perspective. Which, I mean, there was some funny things. I get like a couple little funny things with that, but overall, it's just like it wasn't needed. They didn't need to show his point of view in that, because it was just the same information. Yeah. Again,
I don't think I laughed at all.
I think there was. It was when she kicks him, made me laugh.
Yeah, that was a little rough. I was like, good grief. Why?
I think in before it was like a really big like kick him, and or something, like he fell out and everything. This was just like, ow! What the? Yeah, that was kind of yummy, but it wasn't worth.
No. No. I mean, maybe the garden hose nozzle thing in her holster was sort of funny, but wasn't worth all that. Yeah. Oh well. So we hate the show. That's what we've come to the conclusion. No, I'm just kidding.
Not what we said.
No, I'm just kidding. Not at all. We are liking it.
We're liking it. It was just sort of a wasted episode,
especially for this, like for Halloween time. Like it fits perfectly. I don't know if I would be enjoying it as much if it wasn't during the month of October.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
It was like March.
They did a lot of development of the William character, and then we got the development of the Billy character. So it could have, like you said, been a lot shorter and just shown this like really quick part of, oh, he lost his memory. Oh, now he's this, whatever. And it's, and like you said, spit into it and then got more of the other story. It makes you think there's just this bigger overarching thing, but it's like, it's called Agatha All Along, right? It's not about Billy Maximov, or Wiccan or whatever. So
I think I would be more interested in learning
maybe it is
about how this new person survives in the body of this dead kid.
Sure.
Like, does he have to use magic to like keep this body alive? Or is it just
I don't know. I mean, it did make me think because at first I thought it was like something the Scarlet Witch, something she did. It like shot him into another body, and it could have shot his brother into another body. Yeah. But then the way Agatha put it,
that's what
was
confused.
Because of his power.
Yeah,
and that makes more sense because I would think the Scarlet Witch would somehow recognize that had happened if she had done it.
Yeah,
but he had magic powers, so he was dying, and so he sought out some place to survive, and it landed in him, which does make me wonder, what happened to his brother?
Yeah,
because he didn't have powers like that. He should
He just goes really
He's
fast.
fast.
And that made me think, because like he's going down the witch's road to find his brother. He doesn't care about his mom. I mean, ungrateful.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you can't find both, really. But like I was thinking, like, you know, when you're making a deal for power and stuff like that, typically, like especially with supernatural, you go to a crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
And you meet a devil at the crossroads. So it makes me wonder: is there a devil at the end of this road?
Mephisto. They said his name in an episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yes, they did. And in the comics, I believe that's how the kids survived, was because of Mephisto. So it'd be interesting if that's how he gets his brother back to Mephisto.
Now, this is me not really knowing the characters that well. But I've seen pictures of Mephisto, of like this demon, right? And then that first trial, there was this demon standing up there. I was like, "Is that Mephisto?" You know, it was like above somebody, that was on their shoulders. That's what it was. Like
that was a curse.
Yeah,
it was a curse.
Different. But yeah,
I saw a rumor of the actor that maybe playing Mephisto, and I don't want it.
Oh,
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, I don't want it.
That's right. Yeah.
Because then I'll just think of him as like his other characters and not Mephisto.
Yeah, I mean, he fits his build. His build fits the character.
My wife.
Get Johnny Depp in there.
Oh, that would be cool.
Too much star power.
I mean, I'm still one of the Supernatural boys. I'd still take them. They won't though. But anyways, so that's our take on it. We'll see what happens. Hopefully the boat episode is come and gone. There'll be no more boat episodes. It'll be all
not even a dinghy.
Yeah. It'll be all just like new stuff. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see if any of the other witches come back. Or if this evil witches come back. Or they're all evil witches.
Yeah, they didn't really those last two just kind of died unceremoniously.
Yeah.
Didn't even mention.
No.
And why did they die and not Agatha?
She got a hold of a branch.
Oh, of course. How silly of me.
and Audrey Plaza's character, disappears. So where's she at?
I did like how they when they rode the witches' brooms or whatever, he said, why did we do this the whole time?
Yeah.
It's like, because that's what everybody would have asked afterwards. It's like, why didn't they just ride the whole time?
Where did they take the eagles?
It's funny.
Oh, I did finish Rings of Power since you said the Eagles.
Well, good.
It's good. I recommend it. It's good.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, we won't go into that because that would, okay, so let's move on to my trip. Little trip report. Everybody loves hearing those.
Where did you go, Ryan?
I went to Halcycon, the first Halcycon, which is a convention celebrating
pharmaceuticals.
No, celebrating the Galactic Starcruiser. And it was put on by fans of the Galactic Starcruiser, and it was a blast. Let me tell you. It was so much fun. There were 600 people there, 600 people that loved the Starcruiser. Some of them, come to find out, I was on a panel with one of them, didn't even go on the Starcruiser, couldn't go, but loved everything about it and wanted to be a part of it somehow. So they went to they came to Halcycon.
Interesting.
So Halcycon was at the Wyndham in Orlando, and basically they took over the whole hotel. It was funny though, because there was other people staying there, and there were people walking around in full Star Wars gear, and they were like, and there was people that brought full-size droids. There was like 2 R2-D2s that were just roaming around.
Wow.
Like somebody had built them roaming around, and like the people in Starbucks, I was in there getting something, and they were like, was that R2-D2 this went past? And I'm like, yes, it was. And they're like, what in the world?
That's the
But they
treat
did
you
it just
get
like in the
for
parks. The
winter.
guy had the remote and he was dressed just like a normal person, and you didn't even know that it was him controlling it. And it was cool. A guy built the actual droids from the ship SK, and then the droid that was in the room that was just virtual, was just, on your screen, wasn't made in real life by Disney, but this guy made the full size droid.
Cool.
That was like a humanoid like droid. I don't have that droid. I don't think to show you, but so they were roaming around. It was just really cool. They had a sabacc room. If you don't know what sabacc is, it's sort of like Star Wars poker or something, card game. Sit up, and then most of the rooms you went into, it looked like your normal conference room or convention room. But the sabacc room looked like you were walking into like Batu or something. They had
That's cool.
done everything to it and made it look cool. I was a vendor, so I got to sell some kyber crystals, which was great.
Nice.
But it was just, I've been to a bunch of conventions and I've been to a bunch of stuff, but this felt different in a good way, because everybody that was there because they loved this one thing. But everybody that was there genuinely, sorry, I'm still sick, wanted to be around each other. Like, it was just like, there was hugs, there was, people hanging out. And the last night they had like a DJ playing, and everybody was just gathered around, just having fun, just hanging out. And I was telling my wife, because for those that you don't know, you probably do know, I was in ministry for a long time, like 17 years. I was a worship pastor, student pastor, and it felt like, and I know it wasn't, I'm not putting this out there, but it felt like what church should be like, because everybody was there with no agenda, just hanging out, having fun, singing, dancing, just being joyful with each other, and there was no ill will towards anybody. And when it was over, everybody was like, I can't wait to meet everybody next time. So it was just really cool. I've never seen anything quite like that. I've been to Star Wars Celebration. We go to Comic Palooza every year.
Have you ever been to a Trekkie convention? They're all there for one thing.
Yeah. But it was just like, people were asking each other, like, just about their lives, and just about, just talking. And as a vendor, I got to basically talk to everybody there coming through. And it was just like, it was just different. It was just weird. It was just like, just people just having fun, and just like, no weird stuff going on, or people from all different walks of life, just having fun, hanging out, and
so it was
giving stuff to each other. Everybody like just brought stuff, and I'd be just standing there, and people would be like, "Here, take this," and just giving me handfuls of like buttons and pins and stickers and stuff, not promoting anything, just bringing it. Like, and then like, so I make kyber crystals that look like drinks from the cantinas and stuff. And this lady walks up to me at my vendor table, and she hands me this little tray, and it looked like the tray that you would be served your food on the Starcruiser, like for breakfast and lunch, with little foods on it that were the foods from the Starcruiser that she handmade. And she's like, I just want you to know, your drink crystals inspired me to make these.
Nice.
And I just made these, and I'm handing them out to people, and I wanted to make sure that you got a couple of them. I'm like, that's so cool. I'm going to put these with my little drinks at home. It was just cool. It's just like, and people were just like going to the vendors, like just spending their money and just being like, we want to support you as a crafter and a small business. Even afterwards, I've had people message me and say, hey, I just want to keep supporting you, so I'm going to order some more crystals. And I'm like, that's so cool. It's nice. So it was just a bunch of people supporting each other, having fun, celebrating the Starcruiser, and not sponsored by Disney. I don't know what Disney thought about it. Probably not good. I got stories. I got stories I could tell. Not on the podcast.
Sounds like it was your Woodstock.
Sorta. It was just cool, and then, but at the end, it was sort of like, are they going to do this again? You know?
Yeah.
Hey, is Disney going to let them do it again? Are they going to be able to afford to do it again?
It's a little weird to me that like they wouldn't. I mean, there's so many different comic conventions, and that's how they all started. I mean, like you said, like Trekkie conventions and stuff. They're not really sponsored necessarily by these companies.
Investors, maybe.
I could tell you stuff offline. I'll tell you later. I don't want to put it out there on here, but yeah, and then I got a message saying, "Hey, guess what? We're doing a second one." Tabuite is a thing that they would say on the ship. It's sort of like a, just sort of like a hip array
curse word.
So they're going to call it. They're going to change the way it's spelled, but so it'd be Halcycon 2, like TWO.
Puns.
Yeah, I love it. And so yeah. So here's the only thing it was still cool. It was so funny. But if you were a resort guest there that wasn't part of this, you'd probably been like, okay, is this the end of the world or what's going on? So do you remember in Andor, the one way out scene where they're all dressed in their
prison? Yeah.
So that was the thing on the Starcruiser when I was on there, and we all dressed up and we did one way out through the hallways at the end of the night, and it was fun. So a bunch of people decided to do it for Halcycon at this random hotel. Where there were people staying. I forgot my outfit at home, so I did not participate, but I went and watched. And then some people decided, what would be fun if we march to the hotel to the pool and then we jump in the pool, like in the show where they jumped off. So it's nighttime.
Oh no.
There's this whole like big group of people walking through the hallways chanting, "One way out, one way out." I get to the pool. There's these two dudes sitting in the pool that have nothing to do with this. Just sitting there relaxing from their probably long day. And then here from the doors bust out these group of people in white and orange jumpsuits chanting "One way out." And then they jump into the pool with these two dudes in there. And they're just like, what the heck is going on?
Wow.
What kind of cult is this?
Yeah.
Coming here to join the aliens that are coming to get them.
They didn't get out, though. They just sort of like moved to the other side of the pool and just sat there like, I don't know what to do. Like,
they're probably afraid.
So that was pretty funny.
That's good.
But yeah, they are going to do another one. It's going to be next fall, probably October again. Hopefully I can go. So that was good. It was great. It was fantastic. It's cool to see groups like that come together to celebrate something that they did and just have fun with each other and go away from it and go back to their own lives and then come do it again. After that, this was right before that last hurricane.
Milton.
So it was rainy every day. One of the cool things when we got there, this guy, two other guys from Houston that I know were going too, and we ended up all on the same flight. And they go, "We got a guy that wants to give us a ride from the airport." I'm like, "Oh, cool! Free ride from the airport." Turns out he worked for Disney, and he was like, "Hey, I picked you up. Let's just go to the parks." And he took us to the parks for free.
Very cool.
So that was fun. One of the guys with us we went to Hollywood Studios. One of the guys with us had never been to Primetime Cafe.
Oh.
And so the other guy was like, "We're going to Primetime." And let me tell you, we got the best waiter I have ever had there.
Oh, good.
This guy, he was like an older guy. And he called himself, he's like Uncle. What do you call
Fester.
Remus?
No. I don't know if his name was Tim or I don't know. Anyways, turns out he'd been working there for 26 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he lives like close to Tampa. So he drives over to work. He said he's getting ready to hopefully retire, but he's been there for 26 years. And he put on a show. It was just so much fun. He gave us such a hard time because at that restaurant, elbows on the table, you're going to get yelled at, all this stuff. You're like, he was so funny, and he would just say the most random things. Like he told us, remember tonight's bath night, so everybody hold hands, and we're like, what? But then. Somebody got the
had a different upbringing.
Yeah, somebody got the fried chicken, and they're like, "Hey, just tell Aunt Bessie or whatever that fried chicken is called, because it's named after somebody, that it's the best fried chicken." And he said, "This is something a little new or a little behind the scenes." He goes, "Oh, no, I can't tell her." He's like, "You don't want your name on that menu." And it turns out if there's a name on that menu, like the fried chicken, he could be making this up, but he seemed to be telling the truth, that it's somebody that had worked there, but they've passed away.
No.
So it was a way to sort of, so he's like, you don't want your name on that menu. I can't tell her. She's not with us anymore. I was like, oh, but he was fantastic.
Well, good.
So he was great. First, you started out and you thought, oh, he's going to be a grumpy old man, not going to be fun, but he was just fun. So that was fun. That's how we started the trip. And then we went to Halcycon, and that was a blast. And then afterwards, Winchester, our friend of the show, had messaged me, and I said, oh, I'm here. And he said, let's get together and go to Disney. So we went to the parks, Epcot, and we rode the Skyliner over to Hollywood Studios and just had fun. I found out that my favorite soup from the Canadian Pavilion for Food and Wine, the cheddar cheese soup, I can't have it anymore.
Can't have it?
I found out it's made with chicken stock.
Oh.
Which I'm allergic to.
Bathe the chicken in it.
Which my wife was like, maybe that's why you get sick on Disney trips. You always eat that. And I'm like, well, I guess so.
That's it.
Yep.
So that was a bummer. I got to experience for the first time the new Communicore, whatever they call it. What do they call it?
The lunchroom.
It was horrible. Let me tell you. The people online that are saying it's bad, they are right. It is bad. It was like a high school cafeteria, but worse. It was just it was lame as lame can be. It was just a big building with white walls and bland floors and tables that look like they're from a lunchroom. They had like a little booth set up with some merch. And they had a couple of places where you could get food, but it was just, they dropped the ball on that bad, unless they're doing something else with it. But everybody that I've talked to have been like, yeah, that's bad.
Oh, well.
And one thing that I love that I always love about Disney is going to see like the merch and all the stuff, because I just think it's fun. I'm going to be honest with you, like went to Galaxy's Edge. That's one of the things I love, seeing all the new merch and stuff. They didn't have anything new since May. I mean, there may have been like one or two things, but it just felt like going to the Disney character warehouse or wherever, where you get all the leftovers. It just felt like that. It felt like just a bunch of leftovers that nobody wanted to buy. So I didn't buy anything.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't buy anything at Disney. I bought the kids. I bought the Halloween droid. They always come out with the Halloween droid, like the little ones. This year was like a zombie one, so I got that for my son. And they had a mystery Ewok plush.
Yeah, I saw those
for my daughter. She loved that, and he loved it. But yeah, I didn't get me anything because there was nothing there to get. The day that I left, they came out with a C-3PO head that was really cool. But it was like $100.
Oh.
For a head. It's cool, but yeah, I wasn't impressed by that. It looked sort of lame. Speaking of lame, I guess we can move on to the lame part of the
Segway.
show.
Segway.
But yes, Halcycon was great. It was fabulous.
Great.
But before we get to the lame stuff, I do want to say today they announced that Epic Universe is opening May 22nd.
Epic.
Way to go.
And it's,
congratulations.
I'm excited. Their Universal is opening up a new park. And to counter that, Disney said, you know what we're going to do? You know what we're going to do? They're opening that. Who cares about Epic Universe? You know what we're going to do? We're going to premiere the Premiere Pass for Lightning Lane, and we're going to charge it, for the low price. $400 a day for some weeks at the Magic Kingdom. You can ride all the rides.
You got it. You got it.
So Epic Universe is great. I can't wait for that. But Disney announced the Disney Premiere Pass Lightning Lane, which will get you on all the rides, I guess.
All of the Lightning Lane attractions. So that it's not everything.
Oh.
But it's anything that you would buy. Like if you had Genie Plus, anything you would get a Lightning Lane for.
And you don't have to make a time for it.
Right. You don't have to make a time for it. You don't get in the front of the line. You just walk into the Lightning Lane. And you can only do it like for Pirates of the Caribbean, you would only do it once per day for that pass, right? So then you're done with that pass. You have to go do one of the other 17 rides.
I mean, sometimes those Lightning lanes seem just as long as the regular lines.
Yeah. I watched the video where somebody did Lightning lanes and the other person did standby lines. They got done pretty much around the same time. And the Lightning Lane person maybe did one more thing. But because the way the Lightning Lane works now is you have to wait in between for your times.
Right. Sure.
So the other standby person just went from ride to ride to ride to ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they got done right at the same time. But this one, you don't have to wait for times. You can just go up to and be like, here's my fancy pass.
Right.
I can just get into the Lightning Lane now.
And it's going to be limited at first. It's only going to be for deluxe, DVC, and Villa guests.
Mm.
And because they have more money. Apparently. I mean, I think the one thing they did right about this is they made it a premium. All right. If it were cheap, everybody would do it, and then it's no longer a premium, right? It would. It comes out to be about $18 a ride at Magic Kingdom is what we figured out, which is about the cost of an individual Lightning Lane that you would buy today for like Tron or whatever it is they've got. But you're only doing that for one ride. But this is $18 a ride. For the 18 rides, and it's about $13 or $14 at the other parks. So I see what they did as far as the cost, like how they figured out how much they want to charge. But it's so you're essentially buying like these tickets, e-tickets for these rides, but you've already paid, it's in lieu of paying for Genie Plus, so that's not going away. So it's this extra thing, but it's still. Crazy expensive. It is being piloted. It's not, and that'll start in October. But it could flop because
I think it will.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Somebody figured out or looked at it and said, "Is it cheaper to just go on a VIP tour?" And that ends up being about $500 a person. So it's not quite, but it's close.
It's close.
With a VIP tour, you get to the front of the line.
and with the VIP tour, for most of them, you can park hop.
Right.
You can't park hop. So if you go to Magic Kingdom, you spend $400 for a Premiere Pass, and then your kid's like, I really want to go to Hollywood Studios. So you park hop, you would have to buy another Premiere Pass for Hollywood Studios to do it. So basically, if you wanted to do it there too.
If you wanted to do it. I mean,
So basically, if you park hop, you're not there for the full day, so you're not going to ride all the rides.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work with park hop, which is crazy.
Right.
I don't remember exactly what it was because it's been a while. When I went to Universal Studios in Hollywood, they have something where
they have the Express Pass.
Express Pass. It's about $100. $110 is what I saw on one thing.
And that one, and I used that, and that to me was worth it.
Sure.
To do, but
That's
this is like
reasonable,
like 3 to 4 times more.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's not all the rides; it's just certain rides, and you're getting in like a lane that all pretty much
everybody else is because they don't have a fast pass type system. I mean, they have this, but it's not where everybody can kind of afford it, right? It's like you can get GE Plus today, and it's what $27 or whatever, and you can go schedule these rides. That's not something that Universal has. They just have the Express Pass, so it is a premium, and that's a goodish cost, I guess, and benefit. But
I can see it backfiring on them though. If like the people that spend money on this spend money on it, and they get there and the lightning lane line is like 20 minutes, and they're like, I spent $400 on this. I went to the front of the line now. And they're gonna be like, sorry, you can't do that. Well, I spent this much money. You better put me to the front of the line, or I'm going to talk to your manager.
Because those are the people that are spending the most money at the parks. The resorts they're staying at are not cheap, and they're going to have different attitudes. I mean, anybody feels entitled at Disney. It seems like everybody thinks they are owed something, I guess. But it's probably not going to be great. But again, it's very limited. It is very premium, so I don't think a lot of people will do it. It'll be beneficial for those that do it, I guess. But yeah.
And on top of that, Disney said, you know what? What other way can we do the money grab? How else can we grab money from? Who have we not grabbed money from for a while? Oh, you remember those DVC people over there?
That give us money all the time.
They give us money
every year.
Like bought into
every month.
A
timeshare.
We could probably wring some more money out of them if we call it a benefit package. So they unveiled that today or yesterday or something. DVC $99 benefit package. If you pay $99 a year, then you will have the opportunity to acquire some other benefits. I'm sorry. I try to be positive with Disney.
It's an opportunity.
I love Disney. I've loved Disney all my life. I remember when fast passes were free. I remember, and I don't know. I know times change. I remember when you could get an annual pass for $300. I'm just an old fart. Because I did get one for $300. I remember when a DVC member, you got all kinds of cool stuff for free. Now they're like, you know what? Forget that. We're going to make you pay $99. Now, some people that I've seen on my Facebook have been like, well, this is great. I'll pay $99 to get the stuff that I used to get for free.
Womp womp.
No. The only thing that was cool about this benefit package is that you can use your points to buy an annual pass if you wanted to, which I'm like, oh, that's sort of cool. But you're still paying $99 a year.
Right.
And it's like, so I'm a DVC member. In the parks, in certain parks, there's lounges where you can go and present your card, and you can go up to a lounge and get like a Coke or
snacks
chips.
And a Coke.
Yeah. Nothing big, just little stuff. But you can say. So part of the benefit package is, hey, you want front of the line access to those lounges? You want some exclusive character meet and greets? We got you covered. Just give us $99 a year, and potentially you can get on those front of the line things. Everything is potentially. Potentially, you can get this. You might be able to do this. Yeah. And it's just.
You meet the raccoon from Pocahontas?
You got to be kidding me. Yeah.
Oh.
If you pay $99, we may give you some discounts on tickets. We may do this. We don't know yet. We don't know. It could be, could not
all
be.
Sorts of benefits.
Just give us your money first, and we almost maybe potentially guarantee that there'll be some cool stuff coming for you if you give us the $99. It's just getting out of control. It's getting out of control. It's getting out of control. And they have people are saying there's people that have been longtime Disney people that are posting videos and stuff saying, well, Disney has officially priced me out of going to Disney. Like, I just can't afford to go to Disney anymore. Because on top of get the parks, if you don't want to wait in 2-hour lines and you got to get this other thing, you got to pay for this. Even DVC members now, it's like, so I was like talking to my wife and she said something. I'm like, I said something about we may possibly go to California. And I'm like, we could just use our DVC points and just stay at a DVC resort.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go to the parks. And we can just do that instead of paying all these ridiculous prices for stuff. But I'm hoping, and I don't want to hope this, I hope that when Epic Universe opens up that it just does so well that Disney's going to have to rethink some stuff and be like, hey, maybe we should start putting the magic back in Disney and caring about the people who are spending money instead of our own pockets. They probably won't. But that was one thing I always loved about Disney. It felt magical. It felt like they cared about their customers. And now I think it's just like, how can we make more money? And I know that's always been a part of it, but it just, feels less magical. Even when I was there, like just the parks looked less magical, looked more high school cafeteria, looked more discount bargain store, but still Disney prices. It doesn't look very magical anymore. It's sort of like have you seen the picture of McDonald's from when we were a kid and the McDonald's now?
Yeah.
That's what Disney feels like now.
It's dumbed down.
It's just like corporate instead of magical.
So you miss one of the benefits of Premier Pass.
Oh, heaven forbid.
You get some ride photos for free.
Yes.
Some
ride photos.
Yeah. I thought that was funny that they
only with there's
certain ones.
Small World.
What does it cost them to do those stupid digital photos for that matter?
Oh, you get those for free
there. Yeah.
You could buy a package if you wanted to, but it came with stuff.
Yeah. But the worst thing that was announced last week or this week,
it gets worse.
That is that Big Thunder Mountain is going to be closed for at least a year.
Entire year.
An entire year.
Wow.
This is what cracks me up when they do stuff like that. When other parks are like, hey, guess what? We started building a ride. It's going to open next year, brand new. And Disney's like, we got this ride that's been there for years. We're going to shut it down for a year.
They're going to, I think what everybody's saying is that they're possibly going to redo the tracks and some of the effects and things like that, make it smoother and all this stuff. I mean, with that much time, they better be.
There's effect stuff that they do at Disneyland that I guess in Disney World, they're going to be adding that in.
Water in Paris or something. I don't know.
It'll take a year.
But and then also they announced that they're closing, part of Dino-Rama or Dino-Rama, I guess specifically, at Animal Kingdom. Not dinosaur yet, thank goodness.
There's already animatronics missing from Dinosaur.
Oh no!
The one that's eating the other dinosaur.
Yeah,
gone. There's just a bush there now.
Choked.
Oh
yeah, he choked on the dinosaur and he's gone.
Yeah, we were planning a trip for next October, and I don't know, but because there's all these things that are going to be closed. There's going to be a new parade, night parade, which is cool. But
maybe you should try the West Coast.
I know I said something about that, and they're like, no, I don't know. But it's by that time, Dinosaur will be closed, so half of that park's going to be closed.
Yeah,
Animal Kingdom. I was trying to figure out if we could go in December of this year and
Universe
try to get in some stuff before I've got all these Disney dollars for my stupid Premier Visa or whatever.
You should try. I mean, I think you guys would have fun at Disneyland in California.
Oh, I know we would. There are just certain things that we like and love about Disney World, about the transportation, the things that you can do, not even in the park, or just being there in the bubble. There's still the bubble there. Mm-hmm. And and that's the whole package. We enjoy the whole package of Disney World that you don't get at Disneyland because it's in the middle of a town.
But you don't. Once you go, if you're staying there, it doesn't feel like that. Because we were there for one day, and it was like, you mean I could just walk 10 feet and be in the next park?
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Sure,
yeah, it was expensive. But
yeah, so I
cool.
don't know. Yeah, it's just a lot more expensive to get over there.
The one thing about Universal in Hollywood is I actually do like that it's in the middle of the city, because like the view from Universal looking out is just really cool, because you can see like all these different studios into their backlots and stuff from up there, and the actual backlot tour for that one is really
legitimate.
Well, cool. Well, hopefully you'll work a Disney trip out. You'll figure it out. If you need me to come and be the old grandpa that hates everything, I could do that.
We'll probably end up going. It's just going to be a lot more. But it's like, if I need to get it in now before prices go up on tickets and stuff. So.
Yeah, stuff's going to keep going up. I don't think it's ever going to go down again. I think it's just going to keep going up. Keep going up.
We've got an election coming up, Ryan. Think positive.
Maybe I think have like a coupon day or something.
Coupon day. Not so premium.
That's the trend with Disney, though. They just keep bumping up prices. And it's sort of like they're thinking, like, let's see how far we can go.
Yeah.
Before people stop coming.
They're run by the lawyers that ran Jurassic Park.
I think so.
I mean, at some point, people will stop, I think.
Yeah. I mean, when I went, I went the beginning of my trip and I went the end of my trip. I want you to guess how many rides I rode when I went 2 days to Disney. I went Hollywood Studios for a little bit, and then the other day I went to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. How many rides do you think I rode?
1/2.
20.
What did you say? 20?
Yeah. There's 18 at Magic Kingdom.
I didn't get to go to Magic Kingdom because it was a party night, so they closed early.
Yeah.
So the time we got there, we would have had to leave. So we're like, we're not going to do that. I rode grand total. No, I'll take that back. I rode a grand total of 2 rides.
Oh.
That's it.
Nice.
Why did you only ride 2 rides?
Because there was, I don't know. I didn't want to wait in line.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay to wait in line.
Yeah.
And the only reason we rode those 2 rides is because we walked by the Smuggler's Run and there was no wait. So we walked on, and that's the first time I've ever been to the main queue of that ride. I was like, oh, there's all kinds of cool stuff in here. Like, look at all this. There's like a Sabacc game going on. There's like all this armor. There's all this cool stuff.
I've been through that main line a couple of times. Like, if you get there early enough, you can walk all the way through it and get to the front, without having to stand there. But that's the only time I've gone through it.
Yeah, we walked through that. Basically, it was a walk on. And then we walked by Star Tours and there was no line, and we walked on there, which I was so excited because I was like, oh, yeah, let's do Star Tours again. We could do Ahsoka, Mandalorian. No, we just got the dumb sequels. And when we walked up, there was only like Winchester and me, and then these 2 other people. And we're like looking at each other, and we're all excited. We're like, one of us is going to be the rebel spy. There's only 4 of us. This is going to be great. And then they're like, hold up. Here's 15 more people. And we're like, one of those people got it. And we were all bummed. The 4 of us were bummed. We were like, we thought this was going to be it. Like, all of us. None of us have been a rebel spy before. We're like, and these are just strangers, that we're talking to. We're like, we thought this was our day. One of us was going to be the rebel spy.
One of us. I think my wife got it one time, but we didn't have our phones out and ready for we were enjoying the ride. So we didn't get a picture.
Yeah, so I rode 2 rides.
Well,
and we were just like, I don't want to wait in line.
What's going to happen is people are gonna stop being able to afford to go. I feel like, and this whole premium thing, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If nobody's going. I mean, I think there's still going to be people that they save their whole life and they're going to pay whatever. Like we go every it'll be 3 years when we get to go the next time. So it's like, well, we're just going to pay the extra for whatever. We're not going to pay for a premiere. Don't get me wrong. But we're gonna pay for Genie Plus and do all the things that we want to get everything done. We want to do. So there's going to be people like that do that, unfortunately. Yeah, because it just feeds into that whole thing. But I mean,
yeah, and I don't go nearly as often as either of you. And yeah, when I went and like I paid for a couple of lightning lanes because there's just like I don't know when I'm coming back here. There's like at least a couple rides I definitely want to ride, and if I don't do this, will I even get to ride them? Like,
yep.
I don't know. We'll see what Disney does or how this works out for them. I mean, I don't want to be negative Nelly, but I hope it bombs. I hope it bombs so hard for them that it just disappears one day. Don't even mention it anymore because they need to know that they can't just keep just putting out these ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard that it's been down. I've heard that
that's gotta be with the way the economy is and almost $200 for a day is crazy.
I wouldn't have gone this last trip if I hadn't had people who were like, you're coming with me, because I looked at the prices and I'm like, I'm not paying that to go into the park.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that. I'll just go hang by the pool or whatever. But it was rainy the whole time, so that was something. But I did go to the pool. It quit raining for a little bit. Went to the pool. But yeah, it's too rich for my blood.
Getting that way for most people. I mean, it's ridiculous to think what I should be spending my money on, and then it's like go into this. What really? I'm spending all this money for what? It's silly.
We are thinking about doing a California because my wife wants to hit some national parks, and there's a couple out there, and I'm like, what would be cool since we have DVC. If we take a couple nights and stay at the Grand California, because it's like based on the national park, so we could stay there and have like our fancy couple of nights before we go hiking or after we go hiking to the woods.
Yeah,
so we may do that, but I don't know if we'll go to the parks or not. Just depends.
Yeah,
but that would be fun just to do.
You're taking the children.
Yeah. So they would probably be like, "Why can't we go to Disneyland?"
Yeah, don't want to go to Disney.
It's right there.
It's right there. Like, especially if you stay at the Grand California, you walk out the lobby and you're in the park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
sneak in.
I could tell the wife, you go enjoy a spa day because they have a really nice spa there. I'll take the kids. We'll go wait in lines.
Get the premiere pass.
No.
Yeah, tour.
If we did,
because you're DVC.
If we did go to Disneyland, I probably would have to get the Genie Plus.
Genie Plus, yes.
Yeah. Just because we don't go out there that often. But.
Right. Yeah, you want to do it all.
Yeah. Which, when we were there before, we did Genie Plus, and I had DAS at the time because people could still get that have disabilities. And it was nice because we did both. And we got to actually ride rides. So
you had a premium pass before there was a premium pass.
Yeah, we had premium before, which I think that's one reason why DAS has gone away.
Sure.
So they can charge. But anyways.
Here's a bit of good news.
Oh, good news.
New season of Phineas and Ferb is coming.
Yes.
So very soon.
Whole new summer.
Yeah. A whole new summer.
Yes, and they're still kids, right? So
they're going to be in college.
Spring break.
They've all got dad bods and
Well, they're hitting the party towns for spring break. That's what they're.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. But I don't know what else news coming out.
Soon we'll have the new skeleton
crew. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And, Yeah.
See what else?
I'm sure there's something else.
I'm sure there's something else.
I wonder if what was that show, The Clauses? Didn't it make a show about
Santa Claus?
Yeah. I don't know if they're doing a new season of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be good.
Outer
Wicked will
Banks,
be out.
these seasons out.
And Outer Banks, yeah, we need to watch
I
that.
want to watch that. Anyways, all right. Well, we'll be back again sooner than later this time. Yeah, hopefully. Who knows? Maybe next week, because I think Derek's out of town.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'll do. Anyways, thank you. Check us out on Live with the Landspeeder other weeks and here, and for iamGEEK, because you're already here, so stay here. Make sure you like, subscribe. If you need kyber crystals, iamGEEK shop for all your kyber crystal needs. And thank you, Kater. Thank you, Chris. It's been fun being back. And I hope you enjoyed watching our pretty faces if you're watching this, or listening to our lovely voices. And I like our lights tonight. We have blue, green, and purple.
Yes.
So I'm Agatha. And you're
I'm Billy.
Witch, and you're Billy.
And I'm just the
Earth.
Wicked Witch of
you're
West.
the Earth.
The Wicked.
You're the Earth Witch. She's got the green powers. What's her name?
Sure.
Aubrey Plaza.
Green superpower.
Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. We matched it up. We didn't even know. So this has been iamGEEK all along, and we'll see you next time on iamGEEK.
Well, bye.